Ivory King is down, so now we're going to the throne. But before that, we have to finish Aldia's questline to be able to fight him. That's very important. Let's go talk to him in Crypt and Dragon Shrine. While we're doing that, I should mention that we don't have to do throne now. And if you're looking for time save, that's an easy 10 minutes. Just save the throne for last, and then you don't have to sit through the unskippable credits. But I still prefer to clear out the throne now for a few reasons. First, Aldia makes for a very anticlimactic final boss. It just feels wrong ending this beast of a run on Aldia. It's not doing it justice. Second reason is mental. We just beat Ivory King. That's a very stressful fight. I think there's definitely something to be said for putting this relatively calm split afterwards, followed by the 10-minute credits break, to give you just a chance to kind of calm our nerves, mentally reset, and prepare for Broom Tower. The last reason is tactical. Throne Duo and Nashandra will give us a good chunk of easy souls, and that extra green bar will be helpful in Broom Tower. In particular, we want to reach a minimum 68 endurance for an extra black bow shot before we go to Elan, and these souls should ensure we can afford it. More green bar is always better in any case. Okay, so that's all these questline done. Now we gotta go respec. We want our black bow back. We want our dex build back. So we're gonna respec. We'll get our faith back to 16 just like before, into 17 just like before, 23 ADP, and 31 attunement, again just like before. 80 dex. So our cards rapier and black bow are going to be great. The main difference now is that we no longer need the old knight hammer, so we don't need any extra strength. We can just put it all into endurance. Alright, now we could go and level up a little bit more, get a few more points of endurance. That's not really going to matter for the throne, so I think I'm going to skip it and just level up later. You're absolutely welcome to go get some more endurance right now if you feel like it. But alright, spells for throne. All we really need is Sacred Oath. I'll bring Dark Weapon as well because why not? But yeah, Sacred Oath is all that really matters here. Now we go to King's Gate. And we're going to put on the King's Ring. Do not forget that. Could be a very easy way to throw the run. If you forget to put on the ring, then the enemy near the gate will D-pet try and attack you. Get that ring on right away. Let's get our equips in order. Black bow, staff, and let's set up our Artisar. Okay. Okay, so first up is going to be the Throne Duo, and we're not going to try to poison Watcher. It's not a good idea, but unfortunately I see people go for it far too often. Watcher has above average poison resistance, and it ticks down over time. So going for poison usually means either you try and take greedy shots, try to inflict it fast, which could get you killed, or else you play it safe, and then barring great RNG, the poison may take over 6, 7, even more shots to inflict, during which time your buffs are wearing off. So there are only two situations where poisoning Watcher makes good sense. One is if you have over 70 endurance, so you can insta-poison Watcher in 4 shots at the very start of the fight, but that cuts it kind of close, absolutely not recommended for a marathon safe run. Or 2, if your bow sucks, because when your bow doesn't suck, you can just straight up take down Watcher in 10 lightning arrows or less. So it's simpler and more reliable to just use lightning arrows from the start. And in this run, our bow definitely doesn't suck. We can 7-shot Watcher if we use a Brightbug. Speaking of Brightbugs, this seems a good time to mention that this route includes some spares. I've already burned a few non-essential Brightbugs at Mytha, Vendrick, and Sin. I'm not even going to buy the last 3 from Aldia, and I'll still have 3 left over at the run's end. So you should absolutely feel free to pop a Brightbug for Throne Duo or whatever other bosses you might be worried about over the course of the run. You've got a few to work with. Alright. Going to Throne. We're going to use Lightning Arrows. Watcher resists magic. Watcher is weak to lightning. Defender's also weak to lightning. So just straight lightning through the Throne. We only need magic for Aldia. I'll buff Dark Weapon because why not, though it's probably not really going to matter. Sacred Oath is what we care about more. Excuse me, there we go. Buff Sacred Oath. Now we're going to switch to our bow and kite. Should be able to get 3 shots on Watcher at the start. And we do pretty good damage. Now we can get out. We have enough green bar, the 3 shots is pretty safe. Okay. And we're just going to focus Watcher. We don't need to get any damage on Defender at all. We have plenty of damage to finish him off before I can get a revive. It's also possible to block the revive by getting in his way. So we're not really worried about that. So just focus down Watcher. Make things simpler for yourself. One more. There we go. We went for the third. That's fair. Anyway, just stay between Defender and Watcher, and you can block him from reviving. Rude. Also, if he goes to revive, we have a lot of DPS. He's not gonna get that off. Not worried. What are you doing, dude? He's confused. Go on, go revive. I don't care anymore. Go on. Don't waste my time. Plenty of DPS to take him down. Really not concerned. Alright, we get our souls, and then we will buff up our Nashandra. I'm actually going to use the Leo ring for this, because we're probably going to get a lot of bow shots off. We might not get a lot of rapier hits off. And Flint's doesn't apply to the bow, but Leo ring does. Let's see how many lasers she does. Yep, here's one. Okay. Roll through the side sweep laser. And you can just kind of outstrafe straight laser. Just make sure you have some space to your side. We're going to kind of lure into the corner. Here we go. Get a poke there and run away. And now we're just going to kind of fight her along the edge of this wall. Make sure you're not too close to the wall. You need to have some space to the side to run around her laser if she does it. Yeah, like this. So make sure you leave yourself a bit of wiggle room. But we're basically just cutting her up and down this wall until the orbs run out and she spawns some new ones. Explosion, okay. Easy fight. Alright. Got some souls. Aldia doesn't give souls, so we can just remove all the soul armor. We got magic arrows for Aldia, they're a little bit better. Rebuff Oath because we can. Oh. Forgot I need Hood to cast Oath. Not bad. Alright, plan for Aldia is bow only. We're not messing around with that fire shield. Not in a marathon run. So we're just going to kind of around. Dodge his shots. Fire poison arrows when his fire shield is up. It takes a lot, but we will eventually get poisoned. Magic arrows when his shield is down. It's always down after teleport, and you should be able to land 3 shots. Oh, when he does his tentacle thingy, you just run away, get to the edge of the arena, and he shouldn't be able to reach you. If he's in a bad spot, or if you're in a bad spot and you can't just outrun it, then roll through to where it's been, try and get behind it. Those fireballs. Okay. One of the only scary things that can happen in this fight, really, is if he teleports on top of you. So you want to be ready to move whenever he disappears. Aside from that, just don't get too greedy and you'll be okay. Should be buffing. Yep, here comes phase 2, where his flame shield gets extra strong, and that's usually about when the poison kicks in. Excellent. But the fight doesn't really change. And that's it, GG. Okay, and now we have credits. 10 minutes of unskippable credits. Enjoy. That throne was clear. Next and last stop will be Broom Tower. Let's go.